solvent equals solution. Solution equals solvent plus solute.
Solute, yeah. Yeah, good. Good. So you need to know how many parts solute and how many parts solvent to figure out concentration of a solute in a solution. So we will be using a lot of math when we're trying to express concentration, alright? We won't go over it today, but tomorrow we will be going over units in concentration, but for now we will be doing parts, and I will go over an example with that for you. All right, so how do you determine the concentration of a solution? All right, say if I wanted to make 50% Gatorade solution, like just like 50%, right? So the amount of solute. Let's say I had 2 parts of solute, okay? How many parts of solvent would I need to make it 50% solution?
You say you had 2 parts of solute.
So what?
Then you would need 2 parts of solute.
Perfect. Yeah, so you would need, where's my marker? So 2 parts solute, 2 parts solvent, and then you need to determine the total parts of the solution. So 2 scoops of solute plus 2 drops of solvent is 4 total parts in solution. Okay. Now, determining the concentration, it's a fraction. So it's the numerator is the parts of the solute, and the denominator is the total parts in the solution. So A over C is your concentration. All right. So in this case, it's 2 parts of solute over 4 total parts in solution, which is 1/2. Which is a 50% concentrated solution. All right. So you have to when you think of it like when you're figuring out the concentration of a solution, they have to be additive. So it's like a fraction of a whole. So you guys have done fractions and you've done like exponents and stuff. We're going to be getting to that more when we're doing the lab today. It actually may help you. That's when we're doing something called solutions. So, if I wanted to increase the concentration, like say, the Gatorade wasn't sweet enough, or it wasn't red enough for my taste, so I'd add more sugar or like the powder mix or solute, all right, to make to increase the concentration, all right. Or I could also reduce the amount of solvent. So I could, because remember, you're treating it as a fraction, right? So if I had a 50% Gatorade solution, so 2 parts solute over 4 parts total. If I wanted to reduce the amount of solvent, I would be taking away from the denominator, and so 1 part of water away. Like I took a scoop of water away. So then it would be 2 out of 3. So it would be more concentrated. Do you see a pattern? Right. So what happens if I added more solute? Like just like in terms of mathematics, like what would the concentration be if I added like 1 more scoop of solute? 3/4. Perfect. Yeah, so it's a 75% concentration. So then there's dilution, which Saeed mentioned earlier. If you want to decrease the concentration, you would dilute it. Okay, so make sure you follow that in your guided notes. If you want to decrease the concentration, you would do the opposite, where you could, take away the solute or add more water. So if I added, so let's say I had, so let's start with 50% again. What if I, what would the fraction be if I added another drop of water, like another part of water? Joseph, what would it be? No, what would the fraction be if I added one part of water? No, it's not 3/4. That's solute. Remember, solute is the numerator. All right.
2/5.
2/5. Yeah. So I'm adding to the denominator, and so this is 50%. This is 40%. All right. You can see that you've diluted it by 10%. All right, by adding a drop of water. So let's review. To make a solution less concentrated, you can dilute it by adding more what? Zion, what would you add more to dilute it?
Do you add more water?
Water or solvent. Yeah. So solvent, or by decreasing the amount of Angel. What would you decrease the amount of if you wanted to add? Solute. Correct. You guys good?